Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, August 21st, 2023, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. If I could have an audio-visual check, that'd be great. Hopefully no drop frames today. I am at home, so it should be business as usual. Hi, Greg, Entree, Rob. Andre or Entree? Hey, Tom, Jody, Sir Fernando, Scotty. Hi, Mila. Hector, Metabolic, Marvin, Card Lady, Homebody, B-Hawk, hey Wave, hey Derek. Good question, Night Truck. I'll have to think about that for a second. Hey Sam, Mike, George, Bask, Mal, Ed, E-Cubed, hey Nick, Perfect Rob, thank you. It was a 17-minute ad. We turn those ads off and on. We don't know what helps the YouTube algorithm, so I try to remember to toggle it on and off and give y'all a break. Hey, Greg. Thank you. Hey, Davey. James. Yay, Mila. Thank you. Hey, greatest fan, Stuart. Geo Guitar Anonymous. Nice and loud today. Yes, I'm back on the Yeti microphone. No more blue snowball. Okay, do I have any chart requests? Tom, A, B, and C setups, that's kind of difficult for me where we are right now. But I would say there's two positions to look at, two different perspectives, I should say. So we're waiting for first hourly overbought for a potential short. So you're looking short up here, and then you're looking long because we've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low. See against 4375. So right here. So it's long down here, short up here. And I know that that's not extremely helpful. That's about it. The best guidepost that I can give you is looking for first hourly overbought for bears and looking for pullback buys for this oversold bounce to get going. And the question is this our weekly higher low being set? We don't know yet. We don't know. We have a 50% retrace, so a higher high isn't guaranteed and a lower high isn't guaranteed. We're more likely to have an equilibrium play out if we are to hold this low. Let me change that color. Then it would look something like this. That's probably the more likely scenario, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, let's have a good week, Marvin. I hope you and your wife have a wonderful day. NASDAQ. So let's probably looks better on the hourly. Yep. So Night Truck is asking about this inverse head and shoulders. It broke bull. How do we know that this is going to have follow through or has followed through? So those are our three prior resistances. If they could serve as support on a pullback, then that could be a potential pullback buy to that 14,800 level. Right now, I would say this has follow through. We have cleared the EMAs on the hourly chart, the 50 simple moving average. This is pretty healthy. So I say it definitely has follow through. So I'm trying to think of something, a hard and fast rule, because I know y'all like guidelines. I would say as long as this 5-minute stays in an uptrend, then you have follow through. That's not as clear as I want it to be, but I think that's all I got for now. The problem is this happened overnight, and so the volume is low. Volume is our confirmation signal, and this bounce happened on lower volume. We had some nice volume last night, but of course overnight it dropped off. So is this confirmed or not? We'll have a better idea once the market opens and our volume is normal, whatever normal means. Good morning, all you nice people. Slow Devil, was it really a 17-minute ad? Was it really that bad? Hi, Nikhil in India. Sedge, okay. That's terrible if it was a 17-minute ad. You're welcome. I don't know if I actually helped you, Rob. I'll have to think some more. Yeah, this is a dumpster fire. Weekly's oversold. Monthly's in a downtrend. Daily beat up. 4-hour beat up. I don't know. Maybe a pullback buy? Dang, that's an ugly chart. And here's just a rule of thumb for today. If your name that you're looking at is not over Friday's high when the market is, it's relatively weak. Friday's not HIG, HIGH. Oh gosh. So we're not over Friday's high right now. We are green, but we're not over that high. It just shows that we're relatively weak. And if you look at SPY, we are over Friday's high. Q, we are over Friday's high. Apple, we're over Friday's high. Amazon, over Friday's high. So if you're looking at a name that's not over Friday's high, then you have a relative underperformer. But this one looks okay. I mean, it's not like the chart you want to bring home to mom or anything. She ain't that cute. Got a little bit of bull divergence on RSI. I can see going for an oversold bounce, but man, this is just in a downtrend on so many time frames. Hey, Taylor, Gino. You're welcome, Tom. Hey, Alnick. Sure. BLZUSD. And flattery will get you everywhere. If you want your chart request done, just be nice to me. Ugh. That's the volume on this thing. Oh, that's good volume. Monthly bull break on volume. Weekly. Back burner. I can't tell you to jump in this thing right here, right now, but you could wait for pullback buys. 15-minute oversold was a good buy. Maybe first 5-minute oversold. That's the first way I would get in this. And if you're already in this long, I'd stay in long as these 5-minute EMAs are below you. Hey, Anu. Yeah, hit the like button. Oh, that's terrible, Slow Devil. That's so terrible. I'll try to remember to turn it off tomorrow so you don't have to deal with that. Oh, it's 6:30. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. Go give me a follow on Twitter if you want to be that lucky 4,800th follower. I don't spam you. Matter of fact, I need to tweet a little more. I definitely don't spam you. But if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, I offer little tips and tricks out there. Our economic calendar is pretty boring this week. Existing home sales on Tuesday, building permits on Wednesday, jobless claims on Thursday, and then we have Jackson Hole Thursday and Friday, and Fed Powell will be speaking. So just know that Jackson Hole is probably our biggest event of the week. And every morning I show you this table and these notes I normally say for TCG members only, and I almost showed that. So this is that table, and we are looking more bullish, but I deleted suck less. There you go. Jared Tindler, suck less. I deleted that if it's over 100, you stay in back burner mode, because that is not true for today. That is absolutely not true. We don't want to stay in back burner mode today. We want to stay in reverse back burner mode because the bears have control on larger time frames. Bears are in control up to the weekly chart. The weekly, we're still looking for that weekly higher low on ES. So overall, we have more things lining up bullish than bearish, but that doesn't make me want to feverishly buy everything. All right. So again, my notes are off screen. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the YouTube description to get a PDF explanation as to what all these things on my chart are. So let's go over the biggest story, something I don't talk about as much lately, but it's time to bring it up. It is time. 4.335. We have not been able to get over the resistance from last October on US 10-year, and market Bulls want to see that US 10-year resistance hold and have a pullback. And y'all, this is just simple math. If you have 50,000 in the bank, 10,000, 100,000 in the bank, you're getting 5% interest, 4.5% interest. There's so many good interest rates out there. And by the way, if you have a great interest rate and it's higher than that, type it in chat. I want to see what bank you're using. But you can get T-bills now, treasury bills, and you could get these, they expire 4-week, 8-week, 17-week, and you get these crazy interest rates. So if I have $100,000 idle in the bank, and let's say my bank's only paying 3.5%, I would move it over to treasury bill, a T-bill, which I have T-notes myself personally, to get closer to 5%. So would I rather put my money in Apple right now after it's coming over off this huge run this year? Or would I rather just put it in T-bills and get a guaranteed 5% or 4.5%, whatever it is right now? Don't get crazy with me if I'm quoting it wrong, because it changes every week. So I would rather get the guaranteed return, because I don't know if Apple's going to bounce 5% from this earnings beat up. And that's what's happening to the market. The treasury yields are so good that there's a lot of idle money sitting on the sidelines saying, I'd rather put it in treasuries than put it in the stock market. And the higher this goes, the more bearish it is for the market. All right. Second story, dollar. The dollar got a weekly higher high last week. Didn't get a lot of follow through yet. Market bulls want to see this sit down. It needs to sit the freak down. And kids, don't say that. That's a bad word. So we are below the key hourly EMAs on DXY. The dollar has been strong. We need it to weaken for the market to bounce. And let me show y'all what I'm talking about right here. Turn that off. Okay. So this is the dollar, and I'm going to type it because it gets confusing if you're looking at the title line. This is the dollar, and this is ES futures. All right. So on the 5-minute, we just topped out at 6 a.m. my time. Okay. Where did the dollar find a bottom? 6 a.m. we set that higher low. Sorry, my magnet's on. It makes it ugly. We found a bottom at 6 a.m. Where did the market find a temporary top? 6 a.m. So if you need to watch these inverse correlations and direct correlations and just have a general idea of how these things work, it will help your trading. It's like getting a hint, like if you were in a, what do you call those challenge rooms where you have to solve the riddles to get out? Like this is like getting an extra hint when you look at the dollar, when you look at the US 10-year. Another thing that's helping the market is oil. I've talked to y'all the last few weeks about oil and how strong of a correlation it's been with the market. They have been not inverse, but direct correlation. Oil has been strong. That's helped the market. If the market, the oil temporary tops, then the market temporary tops. We had one disconnection. I believe it was last Wednesday or Thursday or both, where the oil kind of oil disconnected from the market. But this oil strength is good for the market overall. And that's how it's been trading for the last couple of months. All right, let's go to ES. So on ES, we actually have a 4-hour higher low. The question is this a daily bear flag? Or is this something more? So is this the weekly higher low getting put in, or is this a dead cat bounce? What is the difference between a dead cat bounce and a real bull buying? And it's going to be volume. So every bounce you ask yourself, is this a dead cat bounce? This is just low volume bears covering. Or is this a trend change developing? And that's a combination of bears covering and bulls buying. And volume tells us that. Trend changes and volume tell us what's going on here. And right now we can't be sure because of course overnight trading was low volume. But once the market opens, we should have a better direction as to what this market is What do they got going on under the hood? And again, this could be a daily bear flag, so we have to be super protective. So it looks like the market's not going to give us our first hourly overbought reverse back burner top fish setup. That was my number one setup for the day. I really wanted this hourly overbought for potential top fish. We didn't get it yet. All right, gap rules are in play, and this is the biggest gift I can give you is the gap rules. So let's look at SPY. Are we still gapping up? Yes. And I understand that it isn't yesterday's high, it's Friday's high, but get a life and be nice to me because I don't want to have to retype this. I'm just keep moving down my yesterday's high and low bars, lines, and it's just helping me plot my charts quicker. So this is our high from Friday. As long as we maintain and hold this high and do not penetrate Friday's range, we're still strong. Then we look for a turn and burn or a stair step or equilibrium above Friday's high for a potential long. If we penetrate Friday's range and we go back into Friday's range, and let's say we go back and test Friday's high, that is a short signal. And we can top fish Friday's high and say, I'm going to use that as my resistance. So you can look at SPY, all you ES traders out there, and NQ traders, Tom and Rob, you can look at SPY and QQQ and use those ETF gap rules to then trade ES. I hope that makes sense. All right, so ES, is this a daily bear flag? Are we putting in our weekly high or low? Or is this the start? Is this the start of something bigger like the weekly high or low and maybe an EQ? All right. NQ did not reach the hourly overbought conditions we were looking for. 8 EMA is overhead at 1497875. And 15,000 psych could be a strong resistance. Okay. So bears will be waiting up here at 15,000 for a potential top fish setup. Oh, wow, Marvin, that's a lot. Oh, okay, Slow Devil. Good. I'm glad you can skip it. US Bank 5.5, that's pretty good. Yeah, hit the like button. Thanks, Fat N. Tell them, my friend. So NASDAQ is bouncing a little bit more than ES. Can I just stop and tell y'all how happy my little Southern girl heart is? And I know I'm not a girl, I'm a grown old woman, but my little Southern heart is so happy right now. It's raining and I can hear it and I love it so much. In the Northwest, we just don't get a ton of rain where I am. So it just makes me happy. And if anyone out there is being affected or impacted by Hurricane Hillary, my thoughts are with you. I don't think it was that terrible, but I saw flooding in Palm Desert, lots of stuff going on. So I hope wherever you are safe and dry. Okay, RTY. Oh, I wanted to point out, or did I say it? NASDAQ has bounced 0.59%, ES 0.35, RTY 0.13, YM 0.19. What am I saying? NASDAQ is bouncing harder than the others. Tech is finally getting its oversold bounce. And super important information is we have NVIDIA earnings this week. So we have NVIDIA earnings Wednesday after hours. Please confirm that if you're trading it or trading a correlated name like semiconductors in general. Would you bet against NVDA when they raise their guidance, and I'm just going to spitball because I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, something like, maybe they have it, from 7 billion to like 12 billion is what they raised their guidance last time. I mean, this CEO and this CFO, okay, yeah, 11.186 billion. So they raised it from 7 billion to 11.186. Would you bet against the CEO and CFO? I wouldn't. And I know NVDA has ran. Let's see. Since the last earnings, we've gone about 40%, and that's guidance was almost 60% up. I don't know. So we'll see. Bulls are looking for a daily high or low. We've likely put that in since we climbed above Friday's high, and now we use Friday's high as the litmus test. Just think of it like a hurdle, just like the bar. And we must stay above that bar. Above Friday's high is bullish, below Friday's high is bearish. I'm using my hand jaw and I keep hitting the microphone. My apologies. So NVDA is super strong, and that's helping the NASDAQ. All right. Hang Seng was down 1.82. The stimulus package anticipated didn't come out or something like that. So they had some negative news. DAX is up 0.62%. Bitcoin shows no appetite of putting in the weekly high or low yet. Zero, none, nada, nadia comanche. 0, 0, 0, 0. No appetite for a weekly high or low yet. 4-hour EMAs overhead. 26078. Looks like we got an hour. Yep, an hourly double top here at 26077, 26078. Let's see what the bulls can do with this. Can they get something going that looks like this maybe? Because that would be a nice looking inverse head and shoulders if it could on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin bulls aren't having it. It is a, make sure I checked that off. Yeah, I did. This is a bearish correlation for the market on Bitcoin. Marvin, you're sweet. I got a big birthday this year. A big one. Gold. You go, gold. Wow. Can you tell I have a gold long? All right. Well, y'all, by golly, I think she's doing it. So I showed y'all this downtrend line last week on gold. We have a daily inside bar bull break. About 50 cents so far. We want to see a little bit more, but this benefits the gold bulls. So we're looking for that monthly high or low. The weekly, we got this little head and shoulders number here. It broke bare. We lost the 50 and 200 MA. It looks like bulls are getting their bounce on. Finally. Yeah, 4-hour higher high. All right, let's see what you can do, bulls. Now give me that follow through. So we're going straight from a lower low right here to a higher high. I want to see that higher low, higher high to just feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy about this setup and this trade. Oh, silver's really getting it. Y'all remember when metals are weak, silver's like the younger little brother and gets kicked and it's weaker. And when metals are strong, silver tends to be stronger. So whatever it does, it just does it to a more elevated level. I actually have an EXK name, silver name for the Queen of the Mountain trade. And I have to tell y'all, I want to be able to quantify this every single day for you so I don't mislead you in any way, shape, or form. That's never my intent. My Queen of the Mountain trades here, these 4, I'm not like gung-ho on any of them. I don't think any of them are A+ setup. They're B+ setups, but not the A+. And I want to differentiate when I see those so you can understand why the trade is so clear or why it's not so clear. So oil, you little beauty, you. Oil and I have been doing the tango for a while. If you've been around these parts, you've seen me dance with it. We got our daily high or low is put in, and our weekly high or low is most likely put in. And this is a bull flag, potential for a bull flag. So we had this megaphone type situation that I shared with y'all a few hundred times, and this magnet drives me nuts. So we have this megaphone situation. We rejected initially. I shorted it. And now we're looking for the weekly bull flag potential continuation. I am bullish oil. And now I would keep it on back burner watch. So first 5-minute oversold. Let's go set that alert. I'm getting all my alerts at once, y'all. If y'all know what's causing that, like I'll look over here and I'm getting repetitive ones. I don't know what's going on, but I'll get like 58 alerts at once. So oil is strong, 5-minute back burner watch. Nat gas, I'll go over it, y'all, but I don't like it. And that's okay. I don't have to like everything y'all trade, and y'all don't have to like everything I trade. I just don't find clarity in nat gas. And until I can see it clearly with my own eyes, this is what's happening, this is what's not happening, then I'm not going to trade it. You do have a daily squeeze. You're below all your key moving averages on the daily chart. 4 hour got a decent bounce, and now we're giving it all back. I don't know. I know y'all want me to just say, boom, here's the setup. And when I came to chart, guys, 6.5 years ago, February was 6 years. When I came to the chart, guys, I was holding nat gas and oil bags. I loved trading nat gas and oil. I guess I didn't trade it. I was bag holding it. But speaking of bag holding, we have a bag holder webinar coming up in a couple of weeks that Lamont, Dan, and I will be hosting. And I'm looking forward to that. So nat gas, no clear setup. When I see one, y'all will be the first to know. Hurricane. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jason. Okay. Yeah, I just did not know what was going on. I was getting very frustrated. So I think I may have to go back to Thinkorswim. I rely on these alerts a lot, not just for myself and my trading, but most importantly for y'all is for the room. I post back burner, reverse back burner, key levels, and I'm very frustrated that I'm not getting my alerts. Okay, Apple. I wish I could hand a microphone to one of you and y'all say it. Hello, hello. Yeah, I've been calling, this is terrible, but in February when they came out with President Carter's going on hospice, I pointed out that we would be closed for a day. That has been the precedent when former presidents have died, that they close the stock market and be careful option traders. And I've posted that like 3 times. And I'm like, this is the longest hospice stay in the world, 7 months. Normally there's 6 to 8 weeks. So God bless him and his family. And hopefully he is not in any pain. And my thoughts are with the family at this time. I don't want to seem cold-hearted, and trust me, just trust. All right, gap rules. This is what I want to hand the mic to one of y'all, and y'all can go over it because y'all should know it by now. We're gapping up. If we are able to hold Friday's high on a pullback, that is a bullish sign. If we re-enter Friday's range and stay in Friday's range within the first 30 minutes is a general rule of thumb, not a hard and fast rule. Within the first 30 minutes, if we're unable to re-enter Friday's range, that is bullish, and that is a long signal. Amazon, same thing, 134.07. Nvidia, y'all look at where Nvidia's Friday's high is relative to where price is right now. We're much higher. Why? Because we have earnings this week. And we've got some hungry hippos out there saying, I don't want to miss this run into earnings. That's what it looks like is happening on Nvidia. I am more bullish Nvidia and Tesla than I am Apple and Amazon. Tesla had news and they are beat the heck up. Daily RSI is 27. I think this is a gift from above for a potential long. In my opinion, we're beat up and we're looking for that monthly high or low. I am looking for a swing long on Tesla personally. ELF had earnings. Gapped up on earnings. They've given it all back. We are sitting on the daily 50 MA. Y'all see that? Oh, I wanted to show you that on Amazon too. Look at Amazon. We're sitting on the 50 MA right there. I like Amazon long at this area, but it's just not bouncing as hard as Nvidia and Tesla. Back to ELF. We're sitting on the daily 50 MA. We filled the gap. And we're looking for a weekly high or low. The daily chart's ugly, but there ain't nothing wrong with this chart. Not one darn thing. This name has been running because the bulls have been strong. I like ELF, looking for a weekly high or low. 4 hour got oversold on Friday, and I'm looking for, now we've re-entered Friday's range now. That's not the best look. 119.37, we want to get back up and over Friday's high to feel more confident that this weekly high or low is more likely being set. Or you could look for a pullback buy compared to Friday's low of 114.30. And let's just go look at that for a second. Where was the hardest, most difficult place to buy on Friday? Right there. And that would have given you a killer long. Oh, come on. a 3% bounce. That would have given you a 3% bounce. And trading is difficult. There are a lot of you that want to step in at that 114.30 and buy it, and you're trying to nail bottoms, and we don't get trophies for that. That was the hardest place to buy. Where was the easiest place to buy on Friday? It was here on this 2-minute higher low attempt using 114.30 as your stop. So always waiting for that pullback buy. That is an easier long than just stepping in blindly with no clear level to bottom fish. And that's typically where the most pain is created, is where the best place to enter on a long or a short. So the most pain was created at 114.30, but that was the best entry on Friday. I don't know if I'm conveying my point. In my head, it's much clearer than what my words are coming out as. Okay, so EXK, I've given you this one a few times. Back here, we got a long. Okay, we're back in that area, 274. We have a double bottom right now on the weekly chart. We got a monthly triple bottom. I think I wrote weekly on. Yeah, I did. I need to change that on the notes that I'll give you in just a second, TCG members. But I like EXK with this metals bounce, dollar finding a temporary top. I like a pullback buy on EXK. Y'all see that little squeeze? I like that long. JPM. Duke of Booze. It is early for all that. It's a weekly higher low on watch on JPM. We got oversold on Friday. And what you're going to do is use Friday's high as your litmus test, 149.50. If we re-enter Friday's range, it's weak. If we could come back out of it, then that is a long signal. Riot. Friday I was watching this, and this one's still weak. We need Bitcoin to put in a bottom in order for Riot to possibly find its weekly higher low. We're looking for a weekly higher low on Riot. 4-hour RSI is 16. This is a tough long, a really tough long, but I like the thought of it. Did y'all see this Friday? So yesterday's low, this was from Friday. I had marked this chart up. I didn't mark it up today, but I left it on here because I wanted to show you. Yes, Thursday's low was 1166. Where did we hit on Friday as the high? 1166. These can be gifts. Using the prior day high, low, and even open close can be gifts. You can use those as support and resistance, and look at that top. Just awesome. Okay, that's all for my Queen of the Mountain. Brad. Has Rat Aid found a bottom? No clue. No signs of it being put in yet. Weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. 4-hour RSI is not oversold. Hourly isn't. It's weak. Not yet. If IONQ stays over, is it a hold to resistance of 1432? Okay, let me see where you're getting this 1365. Oh, okay, your Friday's high is 1366. If it stays above 1366 as the market opens, and then let's just say it has a pullback like right now, and it holds 1366 and turns back up, that is a long signal, yes. As far as a hold up to 1432, I would say stay in long as you're in a 2 or 5 minute uptrend and your EMAs are below you. UPST is pretty beat up, Maddie. Are you, let me click on the picture. I don't even know how to do that anymore. How do I click on the picture, y'all? Like, if I want to see a picture of somebody, like, I'll figure it out in a minute. Just wonder if that's the TCG Maddie that used to be a member. UPST is beat up. We're looking for a weekly higher low. 28.99 is your level. Friday's high, 32.62, and you're holding over that. So as long as you hold Friday's high, and if you can do a turn and burn, that would be a long signal. And I like that for a potential weekly higher low bottom fish attempt. 4-hour got pretty oversold last week, but it did not put in a temporary low yet. ARC has been weak, having a nice bounce. Weekly at the 50 MA, daily at the 200 MA. I like that. I like it a lot. Are we over Friday's high? Yeah. Yeah, this could be a long. If we hold 40.77, it could be a long for a bounce attempt. Oh, so right of their name and then go to channel. Man, you just keep me on the straight and narrow. Rob, I don't know what I'd do without you. You're welcome, Sam. There are 340 of you and 126 likes. So I appreciate a like. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notify button. Give me a follow on Twitter at CharkAlLori. I know I'm asking for a lot, but you know. And then put in chat what you would like to see more of. Do you want me to show my face so I can do all, I can see my hands flaring? Like, what do you think would bring more viewers to the show? I do a lot of work, and it's the same amount of work if there's 2 people here or 2,000. So I might as well share my notes and my studying with more people. So how could I do that? What would bring more people to the channel? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. All right. Y'all have a wonderful week, a wonderful Monday. I was in a weird mood, so if it was a little strange and awkward, don't worry. That's what I master in. All right. TCGers, I'll get these notes to you in a second. Use stop losses. Hey, Berlin, I see you out there. Love y'all. Bye.